Hey YouTube, Premium Tracker, Silver Stacker here. Have you ever wondered if a $100 bill you just received was real or counterfeit? Well, today we're bringing to bear a powerful electronic microscope to help answer that question and review the 6 ways the U.S. Currency Education Program has encouraged people to validate the veracity of the bills they receive. By the end of this video, you'll be able to tell if a bill you receive is real or fake, and hopefully learn a thing or two about the most common bill currently in circulation in the United States, the $100 bill featuring Benjamin Franklin. Alright, so the first element the Bureau of Printing and Engraving recommends that individuals do to tell if their bill is correct or not is to actually feel the paper. So you see these ridges in Benjamin Franklin's hair and on his face, and particularly on his jacket. Those ridges are actually raised, and they'll feel like a fingerprint if you run your finger along them. So that's the first telltale, to actually feel the bill. Additionally, this bill is not like normal paper. It's 75% cotton and 25% linen. That's why if you ever wash a bill in your pair of jeans, it doesn't actually just disintegrate like a napkin. It's not made of paper, even though we call it paper currency. It's actually linen and cotton. The next aspect the Bureau recommends people check is the blue security seal that is actually integrated into the bill itself to the right of Benjamin Franklin's face. You see there's 2 types of silhouettes in the security seal, a $100 indicating the denomination of the bill, and a bell, which is a motif that is used throughout the bill itself, which we'll see more about when we flip the bill over and take a look at Independence Hall. When you raise the bill, you see that the holographic elements of the security strip actually move in a manner inconsistent with the paper behind it moving. This indicates that it's an authentic bill. And this security element is very hard for counterfeiters to replicate. The next security feature the Bureau recommends people check is to the right of that blue security seal, and that is the inkwell, in which there is an inscribed Liberty Bell. Another example of the motif of the Liberty Bell on this $100 note. It too has characteristics that change with moving of the bill. For example, when you tilt the bill, the color of the bell inside the inkwell changes from gold to green. Difficult to accomplish this in the microscope, but you see the gold tint there on the right side of the bell. There's an additional element that changes colors as you tilt it. The gold $100 denomination in the bottom right hand corner of the bill also changes color as you tilt the bill. See, the zeros in this case are changing from green to gold. The next security feature is to look for the watermark that appears to the right of the treasury seal on the $100 note. Using the microscope, this watermark can't be made out clearly, but here's a picture of it. And finally, the last element that the Bureau of Printing and Engraving recommends people change is to check for the security seal, which actually runs through the 5 in the serial number next to 9, the 59. All right, so in the second half of the video, we're going to bump up the magnification from 20 times to 100 times to see the elements of the security features of this bill that are difficult to see with the naked eye. Mr. Franklin, are you ready for your close-up? This is actually the right eye of Benjamin Franklin from the previous portrait we just saw, so you can understand the level of magnification we're dealing with now. The first unlisted security feature we're going to be discussing now is the microprinting that exists on the bill. The first example of microprinting that I want to show you is on the lapel of Benjamin Franklin's jacket on this bill. The script reads, "The United States of America." The second bit of microprinting on this bill is the gold text along the edge of the feather, and it says USA 100. The third bit of microprinting actually intersects with the second bit in 2 places, but it is in blue text along the perimeter of the watermark, and it says USA 100, USA 100. The smallest microprinting on the bill itself is actually on the right and left hand sides on the Obverse, and it is just says 100 inside these design elements at the base. To give you an idea how small that print is, that is the edge of the bill. The last security element I wanted to share with you on the $100 bill is what's called a Urion mark. And those are those gold 100s that you see in a constellation. And Urion actually gets its name from a constellation itself, the constellation Orion, which was the shape of the Urion security element on the first bill that this sort of technology was detected on. It was a European euro note. What this security element does, it's not that difficult for counterfeiters to fake, but it's very easy for machines to identify and prevent the photocopying of this bill. It also prevents photo editing software from editing images with this constellation present. It's a very high technology security feature which prevents electronic manipulation and duplication of these notes. You'll notice that Urion's security feature is one of the only security features also on the back of the note. And finally, let's take a look at Independence Hall on the reverse of the $100 bill. There's two elements here that I think are worth talking about. One, now that we have the magnification, one, the time on the clock on Independence Hall, hard to see with the naked eye, is 10:30, I suppose in the morning. And the statue in the foreground of Independence Hall is none other than George Washington. So George Washington is actually on the $1 bill and the $100 bill, if you count his statue. Hey, thanks for your attention today. If you like these kind of videos, please give me a like and a subscribe, and join down in the comments to let me know what bills or coins you'd like to see under the microscope next. You keep stacking, I'll keep tracking.